Alex,
Vinny.
are you ready to take a trip?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, take a trip.
Where are we tripping to?
Virginia.
See, I've already been, like, I lived there for like 7 years, and like I kind of seen it. So is there like somewhere else we could go?
Have you? Have you? This is Virginia.
This doesn't look anything like.
This pretty picture of Virginia. We're gonna play the game.
Yes, so this is a narrative adventure game.
Yeah, and we aren't gonna go too far into it because it is pretty linear from what I played, and
Just a few hours long, right?
And yeah, I think it's pretty short. It's $10 on Steam.
$9 on sale right now, it seems like.
And I think you'll get the sense for what this is if one will be into it or not pretty quickly. So hopefully this starts me from the beginning. Yeah, I finished it.
Yeah.
I really liked most of it.
All right. That seems to be a recurring thing I hear about a lot of games like this, is that, boy, there's so much to like, and there's just like one or two parts that not so much.
I'll get into a little more as we play of the things I think it does amazingly well.
Okay.
I won't get into some of the things that I think it stumbles on because they're more narrative focused.
Right.
I guess I'll just say that.
All right.
It is one of the most cinematic games I have played, but not in that like Kojima-esque way.
Right. They say where in Virginia this takes place?
I don't think it matters.
It matters to me, damn it. Virginia has very discrete sections.
I don't know how based in reality this whole thing actually is. Like, there's a setup here that, like, hey, the following events.
You think maybe there's some artistic interpretation
here? Yes,
okay.
Definitely. I can say that for a fact.
Okay.
I will say there's a pace to this that we will sit here and watch the credits roll.
All right. I'm always up for some good credits.
And the soundtrack is amazing. I believe it is done by Philharmonic Orchestra. I don't know who like maybe Prague or something?
Maybe it's like the Norfolk Philharmonic.
Could be.
The Newport News Philharmonic.
But it's amazing.
All right.
And it picks up. Like, it's not just this opening track. This is a good place to just explain what's going on here.
Yes.
So the things that I think are amazing about this game is it uses the score in a way that punctuates what's happening in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you'll be held looking at an item or something like that until the score hits the point it wants to release you.
Okay, so the game is like the mechanics themselves are designed in such a way as to be tied to the timing.
Yes, and like not in a rhythm game way.
Right.
Like
City of Prague. There you go.
Like in a way that's like, oh, I'm sitting here looking at this item. It's such a good score.
Yeah.
And then like I hit the button and there's like a deep sigh and it's timed to this musical movement.
Okay.
It works really well, I think.
I saw a lot of people comparing this to Twin Peaks, and the response I saw to a lot of that was, apart from the fact that there is an FBI investigation and a small town, there's not really anything like Twin Peaks beyond that.
I can't say for sure because I've never seen Twin Peaks.
Well, I mean, you kind of know what Twin Peaks is, though, right? You know about the Lynchian oddness of all David Lynch productions.
I don't think we'll get far enough in, but there is some surreal stuff.
Okay. Oh, what's in the box?
It's a great question, Alex. This is the main character.
Okay. Ma'am? Are you pressing A to breathe?
No. Okay, good. It comes to my controls. So this is kind of generally what you do in the game.
You look at stuff?
You look at stuff. Now,
okay.
as you get closer to the objects you can interact with, the cursor will change to a circle and then to a diamond.
All right.
So as you're headed towards stuff, you will get acknowledgement in the game for what you can interact with.
All right.
I found this whole game very refreshing.
Mm-hmm. In what way?
in a market full of games that are trying to be as open world and give the player as much agency over everything as possible, in a world where they want you to touch and look under everything. This game is very guided and very curated and very selective about what you can do. And the things they choose to let you do make me feel more immersed than being able to turn over every butter dish and touch every pomegranate.
Well, the point of it's similar to I would say, the tradition that, like, say something like Firewatch is under, was that, like, this is about a linear story. It is trying to tell you a specific story.
So you'll see more so than Firewatch, this game...
Because that game had at least choices that you could make and dialogue choices that might affect something, whereas this sounds like it doesn't really...
No, and there's stuff in here, like, well, I'll show you. Like, this is the walk speed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, conveying this sense of deliberate movement, but not annoying the player with, like, oh, it's going to take you forever to have to get down this long hallway kind of thing.
Right.
And you'll see how they kind of solve some of those problems. Like, you don't have to check every door to see if you're going to find a thermos.
I was going to say, that was my first instinct when you started walking down this hallway. It's like, why are you checking the doors?
You don't have to. And also, like, this cursor would change to a circle if there's anything.
If there was something to do there. Like, they're trying to keep you on a specific purpose. Like, they're targeting you toward a certain area. It's not about, like you said, just trying to poke every corner.
And again, like follow the movement of the scoring of it, because they're layering stuff in ways that I think really are very effective.
Is there dialogue?
Nope.
Okay. It's a wordless game.
No spoken words, yeah.
Okay. Is there subtitled text or anything?
Nope.
Okay.
There are things you can read.
All right.
I think they do a really amazing job conveying what needs to be conveyed. Like I said, I think some of the stumbling points are in the narrative, so I shouldn't say that they convey everything. Some stuff is actually not so great sometimes.
I mean, these cellos are just making me fucking nervous, man.
Right.
Clarice Starling.
So, like, I have full control here.
Yeah. Do they just keep clapping?
I don't know. I've never kind of hung out here.
She's just a little nervous, folks. She'll be out here momentarily. I don't know. There's something sarcastic about that dude's clapping. I don't like it.
I don't like shaking with your left hand.
Yeah. Fucking Ted Turner looking ass motherfucker.
This is my apartment.
Okay. Should turn on some lights. That monitor glow can't be healthy for you.
It's good. Those negative ions keep me honest.
I had the devil closet dream again.
Always.
How many times do you miss your snooze button in the morning?
Never.
Really?
No.
I miss it all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a big bar.
Well, it's just on my phone, so I don't tap it right.
Oh, I see. I also haven't used an alarm clock in 4 years.
Huh.
I made them. I have organic ones now.
Bespoke alarm clocks.
Yes, my wife and I spent years cultivating our alarm clocks. All set. Morning routine.
It's interesting the things they're choosing to keep you lingering on versus the stuff they're skipping past. Just not having it with that lipstick.
It's... I was having this discussion with Austin. There's a confidence to this game, and a knowledge of like cinematic and tropes, and they use them to good effect.
Well, and they're using them in a first-person situation, which, you know, when you're talking cinematic, like first-person perspective is not a thing you tend to see very often,
right.
except in like more gimmicky situations. So,
and
like,
it's not gimmicky. There's a fluency here that the people who made this game understand how to use it. Like, and it's not afraid to take control.
Smash
from you.
cut, baby.
Yeah, and like that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like these parts here where it's just like, yeah, I'm just fucking hanging out in the cab and like, that's it.
Yeah.
I really like that stuff.
Establishing shots are an art unto themselves.
And transitions.
Yeah.
Like, show me what I need to show. Okay, right. Like, I don't need to walk down and hail the cab.
Right.
I like not feeling like I should be looking for everything.
Right.
I think you know me pretty well in games. Like I like to poke around and
me
find
too.
the seams.
Yeah, totally.
And like I don't feel that here. Like I kind of feel nervous and like I want to like get to where I need to go because I don't want to stand out in this crowd. There's something about this game that made me really want to role play in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and that's a hard thing to impart on the player because, you know, everyone's play styles generally tend to be different, but I think that most of us are of the mindset of just wanting to dig into every little detail and find every little bit that we can. And so to be able to sort of communicate to the player wordlessly like, nah, you should just move. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Just keep it going.
I mean, there is stuff here that I think is worth checking out for context in the story and poking around, but I think they do a really good job of... like of not doing that, actually.
Yeah.
Of being like, hey, pick up what you can pick up. We're not going to talk here. So again, this is all timed to the cuts.
Right.
And the music, I think, is very effective. So something I noticed too, all the bulletin boards and all the picture frames never have anything in them. Like, those jump cuts I think are great.
Yeah.
It's like a great solution to timing stuff with the music, not giving you a run button, giving you a deliberate pace at which you can move, but then moving you along.
Well, it's like actual direction. Like, there's a director determining what these little bits that you're going to see and you're going to interact with are, and it's not just like plopping you down in an environment and saying, all right, find the parts. I don't know.
And they're not jarring to me. Like, I don't feel cheated.
Yeah.
There's just something I think pretty novel and cool about it.
Well, it's just something that, like, narrative adventure games, which, you know, are more of a thing these days, on a different scale, but like even those games don't necessarily try to wrest your control away at moments like this. They're just like, hey, go from point A to point B, and maybe there's some mundane stuff that happens and a few things you can look around at. But like you said, you don't have a lot of situations where you're just kind of walking around and then suddenly you're walking in another environment. Suddenly you're in this cab. Like that kind of cinematic cutting is just not endemic to game design usually.
I mean, it's so easy to break immersion with that stuff.
Yeah. Face says it all. It was a red file.
A red file. And like even the way, and it might sound like I'm really doting on this game, but even the way like panning left to right, I'm using the joystick here, has a bit of an angle to it.
Yeah.
And it's not just a linear, you're not just going side to side, like you can see the angle goes down a bit. I think there's something about feeling like you're in this dumb car sitting next to this person who won't talk to you.
Right. Can you talk a little bit about what it is you think this game doesn't quite nail?
It's the narrative stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like the last, I'd say third of it starts to get a little off the rails or away from where you started.
Okay. In like a way that doesn't feel true to what had come before, or?
Into a way that kind of pushed me away from being like, all of this is, I'm in love with all of this, into like, you lost me a bit.
All right. Kingdom.
What do you think so far?
I don't know, it's got a style to it for sure. Like you said, I really like the soundtrack and the way it's kind of layered over everything. I guess not knowing yet quite what the mystery is, reluctant to make any significant judgments here, but I don't know. Like I certainly dig the look of it and I dig the style of it. This actually does feel like the kind of game I would maybe go to bat for in the best style category. Even though it's not really doing anything super wacky or off the wall here. You got left to check.
Yeah. Doesn't look so bad.
Why does this woman hate you?
That's a good question.
Why does your partner hate you? Maybe that'll come up later. Hey, it's Will Smith.
Hey, Will Smith.
I am also FBI. I guess when a priest answers the door, something bad probably happened, right?
Yeah. He's definitely some kind of man of the cloth. I mean...
That is a priest's garb.
Not maybe a Catholic priest. I don't think them's allowed to marry.
Or are we sure they're together, or he's not there just consoling?
No, I think they're together. I mean, I guess you got the 2 beds.
Yeah.
Better for sleeping. A good book.
He's got a copy of a Patterson novel on his side.
Clive Cussler fan. You know, they have a kid.
Yeah.
Or there is a child here.
What is with all these video game houses having secret photograph rooms?
That bell tree and this thing is so reminiscent from the Goonies. Remember?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. That like when they're underground.
Dun,
yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
One-eyed Pete, One-eyed Willie. So he's got his little secret photo
dark
lair.
room.
Yeah. So
and guitar jam area.
So one of the things I think that goes on in this game is they'll hold loops. Like they must have scored this in a way where they can like loop some motif stuff until you trigger the next thing to build the next layer of music.
Right.
And I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm always fascinated by like dynamic soundtrack stuff.
Yep.
That's a buffalo.
It's a mark buffalo. He's in this.
I'm not sure how native to Virginia those are.
Yeah?
I mean,
bison?
They could be. I don't think they are. Maybe there's like an animal preserve somewhere nearby.
Hey, are we going to talk about... No?
Yeah, we're not going to talk about anything.
You want to talk? Maybe we should just get gas.
You're going to have to get something out of the claw machine. I mean, it's just right there. Oh, come on. Ooh, Big Rico.
You like Big Ricos?
Yeah. The Michael Dukakis pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple last names.
Hi. Oh.
Teens! So, that happened. I gotta tell you about this thing that happened while you were in the gas station.
Oh. Don't look.
You looked. You looked.
Nothing. What's up with you?
I certainly don't have a file on you.
Nothing.
Absolutely not.
Big Ricos, huh? We'll go a little bit more, and then I think we'll call it.
Yeah, because don't want to give too much away here.
Yeah, and we're kind of getting into what the game is.
Yeah.
Like, take a look at Lucas's journal. So there's not like a lot of puzzle solving. It's not like you have an inventory or.
It's just it's object and environment interaction.
I was talking to Austin and again. I think I mentioned this earlier. It's more like an FMV game.
Sure.
But I just think, like I said, the fluency in some of the cinematic language I think is really. It's cool to see. Like I'm no wordsmith, but it might be worth $10.
A wordsman?
Yeah, I'm no wordsman.
Oh, you're dreaming again. I can tell because there's reverb under footsteps.
This isn't the diner.
Ah, the smoking woman.
More X-Files than Twin Peaks. Oh, sure.
Just,
Will? I'll leave you to it.
Oh, I gotta go in the demon closet. Yep, still looks like Ted Turner. Ah!
Oh. I gotta go.
I got work in the morning.
Sorry. Oh.
I'm General military. Highly unorthodox. Does he have a...
Cast a big shadow.
A buffalo-like shadow. The dream stuff, definitely, I can see where some of the Lynch comparisons are maybe coming from, though. Because I think when people compare stuff to Lynch, I think they're usually talking about, like, the really weird stuff. Whereas, like, some of his stuff is surreal, but not necessarily just, like, aggro weird. This seems just like some of that surrealist dream stuff.
Sure.
More like Mulholland Drive style.
I believe we were being shown the door.
Well, yeah, I mean, you were fucking around with her stuff, so I can't say I really blame her.
I'm just curious. Okay.
I said good day. Not out loud, but it was implied.
Okay, we'll do this cave bit and then call
All
it.
right, sounds good. Love a good cave bit.
This was the like observatory that was and cave that was in his notebook.
Ah, so you were looking to see if the kid maybe wandered off in this area.
Yeah. Natural pot den formation formed in this cave.
That bird is high as shit. Yep, rope lighting, totally.
Where did I never noticed before, but is it all coming off of that battery maybe? Okay, maybe it is. You know, kids in their damn phonographs.
Mm-hmm.
Listening to that Graham Bell shit.
All the kids are bumping Lawrence Welk.
Uh-huh. And keeping bird cages?
I haven't been fed in months. I don't think cardinals are usually birds that you keep.
In your cave?
Yeah. Ow.
That's it?
We're gonna call it there?
I'll hit the button.
All right. Oh, jeez. Oh, crud. Ah. Do you want the coffee or not? I made this for you.
Just you know, just those eyes. It's just okay. I'll just have one sip. Okay, just
please stop looking at me.
Thank you. Ah, she's okay.
I feel bad for the bird though. He was fine in that cage, and then you took him out, and it's like, now you're dead.
I'll just take another sip.
I mean, to be fair, a cat probably would have gotten it eventually anyway.
Or I like would have starved.
Yeah. There. All right, that's all I can do here.
Left-handed handshakes.
I mean, if you're left-handed, I guess that's how you would do it, right?
What does it mean, though? No, I don't think it is how you do it.
I'm right-handed, so I wouldn't know.
We're going to call it here.
All right. Let's find out what happened to the bird. Let's autopsy the bird.
You ready to take this bird
Let's really
apart?
dig into this.
We'll call it here. I think this game does a lot of things that are worth checking out.
Okay.
That I would like to see. I have not played every game in the world. I have not played... Some of this has been likened to 30 Flights of Loving.
Sure.
Which I have not played through that.
That was a much weirder, trippier thing.
But
in the style of Blendo games, but
again, I think this is more along the lines of an FMV game than say like a traditional adventure game. where you're not picking up items. It's more like the bunker in kind of like, oh, okay, this is a narrative that you're being kind of led along on, and I'll interact where appropriate. So that's Virginia. It's available on Steam now. It's $10. I think you get a pretty good sense of where things are going.
I think I will be digging into this weekend. Thanks, Vinny.
I'm going to touch the bird.
Touch the bird.
Thanks, Alex.
It's the most uplifting ending ever.